Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's feeling great. Um, just going to go over the last bit of notes in this section, and then tomorrow we'll talk about a quiz we're going to have later in the week. But before I get into that, just a couple reminders. All right, one, I'm putting in all this Google Classroom work tomorrow. If you need to today, make sure everything is up there. Everything, okay? Everything. Keep trying. It's on you to check it. The grades are going in tomorrow, so today's the day to fix it to save us both a headache tomorrow when the zeros go in, okay? It's going to be much easier to correct this now than later, okay? So get that in there. Keep trying. Phone a friend. Do what you got to do. Get it in. All right, so for tonight, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the linked Supreme Court site and read up on the Dred Scott case. Then you're going to write a 1+ page summary of the case. You're going to include the facts of the case, the decisions of the case, and also I think you should throw in relevant quotes from the assenting and the dissenting opinion. The assenting opinion is the opinion that won. The majority opinion, like we already know, is send Dred Scott back, right? He's still a slave. The dissenting opinion is the opinion that said, no, he has standing, he should have won. That's the minority opinion. So that's going to be due at midnight tonight. So you're going to learn much more about Dred Scott tonight in the case. Keep in mind, Roger Taney, the head of the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court at this time, slave owner. Okay, so I mean, it kind of strikes to his fairness in this case if he could be a slave owner and still do that. But anyway, it's a miscarriage of justice. It really galvanized the North. People are starting to wake up. People are starting to dust off their rifles and saying, you know what? Civil war is coming. The war is coming, and this is worth fighting for. And I'm not going to sit this one out. I'm going to go fight. It's brewing all over the country. It's going to be the most costly war in American history with about 750,000 dead plus. Okay. So in other news, okay, you remember Abraham Lincoln. Okay, he's a rising Republican. He is going to run against Stephen Douglas for the Senate in Illinois. And the slavery question is going to be in the forefront of the issues. They're going to have a series of debates. Ew, typo. They're going to have a series of debates that are going to go down in history. Lincoln Douglas debates, debating the issue of slavery and how it should proceed. Lincoln being more strongly anti slavery than Douglas, but it's mostly about slavery in the territories. Now, Lincoln loses the election. Douglas is huge. He's one of the most known senators in the whole country, one of the most popular. Um, Lincoln loses, but the thing is, Lincoln's performance in the debates is going to thrust him into the national spotlight, and it's going to it's going to propel him to a presidential run. All right. So, like I said, Lincoln said that slavery was a moral evil and should not spread. John Brown, guess who's back? Our favorite broadsword guy raids Harper's Ferry. He and his squad go in there. They're going to steal the weapons from the armory. They're going to start a slave insurrection, but the raid got stalled. Brown gets caught. He's executed. Divided the country. To the north, this guy is Jesus Christ, a martyr for what is right, a martyr for what's going on. To the south, he's basically Osama bin Laden. Okay, just keep that perspective in mind. It's important to understand that perspective when we go through what's happening. Okay, so he's caught, he's executed. They called him the meteor of the war, meaning he's this sign from God, a streaking bolt of lightning that is coming across the sky to signal to all the decent people of America and of the North that the time to take up arms is here. It's time to fight. The war's about to begin. The time to talk is over. It's time to break the wounds open and put your money where your mouth is. Who's the real abolitionist and who's just cheap talk? John Brown said, I'm real. You're all just talking. Join me in the struggle. People did. 1860, election, partisan lines. Abraham Lincoln wins the election. The South starts to secede. This guy Crittenden brings up a compromise. It's rejected. Last-ditch effort. And in Charleston, South Carolina, in April 1861, disgusted by Abraham Lincoln's election, the first shots are fired in the great conflagration that's going to decide the future of the United States. Thank you, guys.